Yo, 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 hit that subscribe button. We'll be talking about Pope Francis and his death and basically some of the things he's been criticized on. And let's get into it. Hit that subscribe button. Spirit on Fire channel. Also have a trucking channel. I'm an entrepreneur, truck driver, father, comedian, rapper, lover, and just a man. And that's part of God's plan. So let's hit that subscribe button, y'all. So let's get into this. Pope Francis is a highly influential global figure, and like any major leader, his actions and decisions have been met with both praise and criticism. Below is a summary of the main criticism and controversies associated with him. This is not a judgment of his character, but an overview of the issues that critics and analysts or interest groups have raised during his papacy, which is, I guess, the time during him being a pope. And so number one, handling of sexual abuse cases, criticism. One of the most significant controversies has been the church's ongoing sexual abuse scandal. Critics argue that Pope Francis has not done enough to hold bishops accountable for covering up abuse. Example, his initial defense of Chilean Bishop Juan Barrios, who was accused of covering up abuse, caused public outrage. Although he later apologized and accepted Barrios's resignation, the initial response damaged credibility. Response: Francis has since taken steps to create accountability measures, such as creating laws for Vatican personnel, but some say enforcement is still weak. Number two, Vatican financial scandals, criticism. Despite efforts to reform Vatican finances, there has been ongoing scandals involving corruption and mismanagement. Example, the London property deal scandal led to the trial of Cardinal Angelo Becciu and others. Critics argue Pope Francis didn't act swiftly enough to prevent the mismanagement of corruption. Responses from Francis did institute reforms, increase oversight, including the creation of a new investment office, but skepticism remains. Number three, ambiguity of doctrine. Criticism: Catholics believe Pope Francis' language and actions create confusion about church doctrine. Example is document Amoris Laetitia 2016 appeared to open the door to divorced and remarried Catholics receiving communion, which some saw as a departure from traditional Catholic teachings. Response: supporters argue he is prioritizing pastoral care and mercy over rigid rules, but others view it as diluting doctrine. For relations with traditional Catholics, criticism: his restrictions on Latin Mass through the document Traditionis Custodes alienated traditional Catholics. Response: Francis and his allies claim the restrictions aim to unify the church, but traditionalists feel marginalized and silenced. Number five, political statements, involvement. Criticism: some critics, especially conservatives, feel Pope Francis is too political, especially on issues like climate change, migration, and capitalism. Example, his encyclical Laudato Si on the environment was praised by many, but criticized by some as being too involved in politics. Response: Francis argues that caring for the poor and the planet is central to gospel. 6, China deal. Criticism: in 2018, Vatican-China agreement gave the Chinese government a say in approaching bishops, with critics argue promising religious freedom empowers regimes that persecute Christians. Response: the Vatican claims the deal is a step forward in dialogue protecting Catholics in China, but many say it betrayed the underground church. 7, LGBTQ FLMNO issues, the alphabet people. So, criticism: while many praise Francis's inclusive tone, who am I to judge? Others thinks it is doctrine confusion. Yeah. Example: his allowance of blessings for same-sex couples under certain guidelines has drawn backlash from conservative bishops and theologians. Response: Francis has stated he has not changed his church doctrine, but offering pastoral care. My thing is that, like, these guys be, like, touching kids and raping and doing a whole bunch of stuff, and, like, that's a whole evil clan of people. These people have destroyed books of real knowledge and all throughout the whole world. And it's just a crazy thing these people still exist. And as far as I feel, you know what I'm saying, like the Pope can keep doing what he ain't got nothing to do with me, but just keep on doing what you doing. Stay the F out of my area. And I just don't play around with touching the kids and none of that. Y'all be doing too much of that. Hit that subscribe button.